Welcome for you people that are looking for a nylon string that's manageable and in a budget that almost anyone can afford. When I saw this tour player from Ortega at a trade show and looked at the top, which just floored me, and then saw the wooden binding and they must be plastic, but they look like fake wooden ebony knobs. I mean, they are plastic, but when I saw all of it, I was like, wait a second. This is probably, I said to Thomas from Ortega, maybe $2,000. But I know Ortega, and they are a very affordable company for what they offer. So I knew $2,000 wasn't there, but I thought they jumped into the maybe 1,000, maybe 1,200 euro range. And then he told me this is under 500. And I said, no. He said, yes. And then he said, with the gig bag. And I'm like, fuck no. I literally said, fuck no, no way. And I went back, not Norway, Sweden, Finland, no way. I went back, looked at everything again, and still couldn't believe it. And then I thought, well, those are trade show pre-production models. I said, Thomas, those are trade show pre-production models. And he's like, nope, not true. Now Glenn's writing me, go away, Glenn. Specs, stunning. Comes in a not too shabby gig bag with a nice handle. You don't want to, throw stuff on top of that, but to get it from A to B, this could be enough. Now, Ortega is the company not necessarily for the sophisticated nylon string player, but for the electric player that also needs a nylon to do the job and to feel comfortable on and not break the bank. If you're a classical player, you're going to want to spend your 15 to 20 grand on your custom-made, Spanish classical guitar. We get that. But this is an electroacoustic by itself. Even with the sound holes, it's obviously a thinner guitar. It doesn't project, obviously. That's not the idea. Now, there are the Chet Atkinsons and those of the world. I had a Godin Multiac for years. Same idea with a MIDI pickup, clocking in at about $2,000. And you know what? It didn't even sound as good as this. I sold the Multiac years ago, did a lot of stuff with it, recorded quite a bit with it. When you're recording with these, you usually need a bit of help with processing. And I will show you a couple of tricks that are great to get some killer sounds out of this. But first, we're going to get the sounds by themselves. Usually, you want a mic in front of an acoustic to capture the room and the ambience and the full instrument. Now, a mic in front of this isn't going to cut it. But again, a couple of tricks with plugins, and you might record with this in context in a song, and you don't need anything else. So it comes with this included preamp, which has bass, middle, treble. And there's a tiny, tiny, tiny little knob right there, which will turn the tuner on, which actually happens inside the O. It's very, very, very tiny, she said, but it does the job. I tuned it with it. Then there's volume, and then there's USB-C, and the USB-C cable is included. That's how you're charging the preamp. So make sure before a show, that's what you're doing. Tuning is fine, and the look of the heads and the whole headstock is beautiful. The guitar has an Okuma body and an Okuma neck, Laurel fretboard and bridge. Looks like it could use some moisture. I love that it has only inlays in the 12th fret, and if you really saw it in the beginning, they're not just wooden inlays, they're wooden inlays with a little mother of pearl half moon in them. The details are just amazing. And I know that Thomas, who is responsible for all this stuff, he just loves it. He just loves to go for the highest quality he can provide. Now, there is a maple binding. Yes, fucking maple binding. Look at this. On the fretboard. This is stuff you usually get in guitars worth thousands. The little wooden veneer on the truss rod cover. Beautiful. On the back of the headstock, it says Tour Player. Now, the one thing you see is a 4-piece body, and that is clearly where you see, wow, that's where, they had to save some money because they can't use big slabs of Okume, and I would absolutely critique that if the guitar wasn't $489 with a gig bag. So in this price range, we're fine with it. So you can see piece 1, 2, 3, and 4. There's again a wooden cover right here on the heel. The top of the guitar seems to actually be real maple, because you can see The binding is also maple, and you can absolutely see the stunning flame in the binding. All this stuff, to me, is saying this thing is worth quite a bit more than it actually is. I love only the 12th fret. The dots in the side are very nicely visible. It's a stunning guitar. Let's go for sounds. We're going direct now into the Apollo, just directly into the audio interface. And again, I will show you bit by bit what you can do to get more of a mic'd sound from something like this. But for now, we're going direct. Here is my sound. Let's go fingers first. Bass. Away, does the job. Too much now. Middle. That's of course too much. A little bit of room and you're good. That's treble, gone, and too much treble. So, definitely tunable with the EQ. For these types of players that play this kind of thing, a pick might be okay. Just great. I don't really play a lot of acoustic, so I don't really know any songs. Easily playable. Action could be a little bit lower, but I mean, it is acoustic, it's nylon, it's kind of normal, but of course, we could adjust it with the truss rod. One way to get something like a more mic'd sound would be using something like the Fishman Aura pedal, which is using IRs to get a more microphoned idea. And I think the Fishman Aura actually has nylon string settings. I have something in plugin form, which is called the Woodworks something from UA. It's called the Woodworks. Now that, I'll show you a picture here, that actually only has steel string presets, but I'm going to apply one anyway and I'm going to show you the difference. So here's it with the Woodworks. There's different presets here. But again, these are all for steel strings. would say get yourself the Fishman Aura that has nylon string settings, and in your live situation, this will sound as good as it does, even better, because it'll sound more mic'd and has some depth. Now, I'm going to turn the woodworks off again, and now record a little bit, and I will apply just some reverb. No more than that, just some reverb. Makes a big difference to give some space. Now, if you add a space that is actually a studio, there is stuff from Universal Audio called the Hitsville Chambers, or actually the Ocean Way. There's something that is similar, I can't talk about it yet, that is going to be native. So if we apply the Ocean Way on the acoustic setting and move the mics around a bit, because that's what you can do in that room. Let's see what you can do with the piezo sound to get in a recording, without IRs, just with a good reverb in a studio setting, how you can get it to sound there. This is, by the way, where the guitar would stop right here if it was a nylon string. You have a lot more access to the upper frets. So if you want to get the job done, go through an IR, record it like this with a bit of reverb, go through something like the Ocean Way. There are different iterations of that and more coming. And you don't really need to get a big nylon string and mic it and do all that stuff. If you're doing a pop, rock, whatever production, mariachi, all that stuff, and unless it's a, look, if you're doing a classical performance, you probably are not going to play a tour player from Ortega, okay? But for anything else, this is such a great instrument with all the trimmings of a super high-end guitar. For, have I mentioned this? $489, including the gig bag. It's phenomenally affordable. And it is stunning. It comes also a natural. There's also a black one. Why would you get anything else other than the blue? Because come on. I love that it's not just a sound hole, but that it's these beautiful waves or drops. I love everything about this. And at that price, this, even though they're paying me for the video, yes, but I'm still saying it. At that price, this is phenomenal. I have no idea how they got it done. They are magicians with every single detail. It feels like a very high-end instrument. And I don't think, honestly, if you're getting a very high-end instrument, if you're getting something in this realm for $2,000, I will guarantee you that it's not going to have this and this. And it might have a 2-piece body instead of 4-piece. But I'm guaranteeing you that it will not sound better through the output. I don't think you will find a guitar that will beat this. I can't think of one, because for the job, this is all you need to spend. $489. I'm gonna vouch for that. I might be wrong, but I don't think I am. Thanks for watching. Please use my links below. Thank you, Ortega, for commissioning this video. Use the links. Please subscribe if you haven't. It's very important to me that you do this. That's why I love you, because you subscribe. Okay? Please do that. The links are below. Please use them. That really helps. And animals are at the end, as always.
Yeah.